Before there was sunrise, before oceans, mountains, or even a single breath, there was only God, complete silence, complete darkness. And then in one breathtaking moment, a voice shattered the void. Let there be light. Tonight, we're stepping into the very first moments of existence, into the beauty, the mystery, and the unimaginable power of God calling the entire universe into being. From the forming of stars to the shaping of the first human heartbeat, this is the beginning of everything. Before we start, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more peaceful Bible stories, share with someone, and comment where you're listening from and what time it is right now. Now, settle in, breathe deeply, and step into the very first dawn of creation, in the quiet before time ever began. Before stars existed, before oceans shimmered, before even a single grain of sand rested upon the earth, there was only God. No sound, no movement, no space, no time, just the eternal, peaceful presence of the one who has always been infinite, loving, powerful, and perfectly complete. Scripture says that the earth was formless and empty, a deep and silent void. Darkness covered everything, stretching endlessly like a quiet curtain. And over that silent, shrouded deep, the Spirit of God moved, soft as a breath, steady as a heartbeat, hovering like a warm promise over waters not yet born. Then, into that silence, that ancient, holy stillness, God spoke. A single command, wrapped in unimaginable power. Let there be light. And in an instant, light burst forth. Soft at first, then rising, then spilling like golden water across the deep. It pierced the darkness, chased the shadows, and wrapped itself around creation like a warm embrace. The darkness didn't disappear, it gently stepped aside. God separated the light from the dark, giving each its own purpose, its own rhythm. He called the light day, and the darkness night. And so evening came, morning followed, marking the first day of the world, a world newborn, glowing with possibility. On the second day, God turned his attention to the waters. He spoke again, and his words moved with tender authority. Let there be a vault between the waters, and the heavens formed. A vast blue expanse stretched wide and endless, lifting the upper waters and lowering the waters below. The sky appeared gentle, open, full of promise. Clouds rolled softly into place, their shapes drifting like dreams across the blue. The first winds stirred, cool and clean, sweeping over the waters with quiet grace. God looked upon the sky and called it heaven. Evening came, morning followed. The second day complete and peaceful. On the third day, God turned toward the quiet waters below. With a single command, he gathered them together, calling them inward, drawing them into vast, shimmering basins and deep oceans. The waters pulled back in obedience, revealing land, dry ground rising softly like a newborn world stretching awake. God called the ground earth, and the gathered waters he named seas. Then, with an artist's hand and a gardener's heart, God decorated the land with life. Green sprang forth at his command, plants, grasses, and vines climbing eagerly from the soil. Young sprouts pushed through the earth, unfurling tender leaves toward the sky. Fields blossomed with wildflowers in hues the world had never seen before. Deep violet, bright crimson, soft gold, pure white. Fruit trees grew heavy with sweetness. Figs, dates, olives, pomegranates, each one carrying seeds within them, seeds that whispered the promise of future generations. Mighty trees stretched their arms heavenward, oaks, cedars, palms, their roots reaching deep into the fresh earth, anchoring creation in place. The air filled with the scent of life, fresh soil, sweet blossoms, and the quiet fragrance of new beginnings. God stepped back and saw that it was good. Evening came, morning followed. The third day ended in beauty. On the fourth day, God turned his gaze to the sky he had formed. The heavens were vast, serene, and waiting, and so he filled them. First he placed a great light in the sky to govern the day, the sun, radiant and warm, its golden rays touching every hill and valley. Then he created a gentler light for the night, the moon, shimmering silver, glowing softly against the dark. But God didn't stop there. He sprinkled the expanse with countless stars, brilliant, delicate, ancient treasures. They glimmered like jewels on a velvet canvas of night. Some stars shone close, warm and bright. Others flickered from unimaginable distances. Together, they formed constellations that would one day guide travelers, shepherds, and seekers. The sun would mark the days and seasons. The moon would guide the nights. The stars would sing silently across the sky, declaring the greatness of their Creator. Creation breathed in rhythm now, day and night, light and dark, time unfolding with gentle purpose. God looked upon the heavens and saw that they were beautiful. Evening came, morning followed, and the fourth day rested in glory. On the fifth day, God turned toward the seas he had carved and the sky he had stretched. With a joy that filled creation, he said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." And the waters responded. They surged with life. Fish of every size darted through the blue silver shimmers, golden scales, iridescent flashes. Whales glided gracefully, their deep songs echoing beneath the waves. Schools of fish swirled in endless patterns, a dance ordained by heaven. Then God filled the sky. Wings beat against the air in soft fluttering waves. Eagles soared with strength. Sparrows danced lightly. Doves glided with peaceful grace. Birds of paradise erupted with colors no eye had ever beheld, each feather a masterpiece. The sea moved, the sky moved, life flourished. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the waters of the seas. Let the birds multiply on the earth." Evening came, morning followed, and the fifth day rested in joyful motion. God had woven wonder into every corner of creation, light and sky, land and sea, plants, stars, fish, and birds. And yet, the greatest part of his creation was still to come. Something personal, something intimate, something made in his own image. That would be the work of the sixth day. And so the world waited in quiet anticipation as the fifth day gently came to an end. As the soft light of the fifth day faded and evening settled gently over the new world, a quiet anticipation hung in the air. Creation had bloomed into color, movement, and sound, seas shimmering with life, skies alive with birdsong, fields brushed by the wind. But something was still missing. The most personal part of God's design had yet to be shaped. When morning dawned on the sixth day, God turned his attention to the land. With a voice rich with purpose, he spoke, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds." And the earth responded with joyful obedience. From the rolling hills came herds of gentle animals, with soft eyes and slow steps. From the shaded forests emerged creatures with quiet paws and keen senses. From the grasslands bounded gazelles and deer, their movements graceful and free. Across the plains stalked mighty lions, strong and courageous, their manes swaying with regal dignity. The earth shook with the footsteps of great beasts, elephants moving with patient power, oxen plowing unseen paths, bears lumbering with quiet strength. Smaller creatures arrived to rabbits darting between bushes, foxes stepping lightly through the underbrush, tiny mice scurrying along the roots of ancient trees. The air buzzed with insects, colorful butterflies danced on the breeze, and even the low hum of beetles and bees became part of creation's peaceful song. Every creature moved in harmony, each with its own purpose, some to roam, some to burrow, some to climb, some to soar. God looked upon them all and saw that they were good. Yet the world, though beautiful and alive, still felt incomplete. Creation needed someone who could think and wonder, who could love deeply, who could walk and talk with God, who could care for the earth with wisdom and compassion. And so, in a moment filled with intimacy and divine tenderness, God spoke words unlike any he had spoken before. "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." From the rich, warm soil of the ground, God shaped a human form, with hands that could hold, feet that could walk, a mind that could reason, and a heart capable of love. Then, God did something extraordinary, something he had not done with stars or seas or animals. He leaned close and breathed his own breath into the nostrils of the man, and the man opened his eyes. The first thing Adam saw was the face of God. The first thing he felt was the warmth of divine breath in his lungs. The first thing he heard was the whisper of Eden's breeze and the quiet pulse of life all around him. God led Adam into a place specially prepared for him, a garden unlike any other, the Garden of Eden. Eden flourished with beauty beyond imagination. Rivers flowed gently, forming clear pools where fish glided beneath rippling light. Trees bowed with heavy fruit, figs, grapes, pomegranates, dates, and countless others. Flowering vines curled around branches, painting the air with sweet fragrance. Birds perched along every limb, weaving melodies through the breeze. The sunlight filtered softly through leaves, casting dancing patterns of gold across the ground. Eden felt alive, whole, complete. God placed Adam there to tend the garden, to care for the animals, to walk in harmony with creation. But God knew something Adam did not yet understand, that even in paradise, even with beauty all around him, the human heart was made for companionship. So God caused Adam to fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. While Adam rested, God took one of his ribs, and from it formed a second human, not from dust this time, but from Adam's own living flesh. God shaped her gently, with grace, strength, and dignity. And when Adam awoke, God brought her to him like a gift, wrapped in love. Adam's eyes lit with wonder. At last, he said softly, "This is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh." Adam called her woman, and later she would be known as Eve, the mother of all who would come after. Together, Adam and Eve walked through the garden hand in hand, discovering the world God had made for them. They named the animals, listened to the wind moving through the trees, and drank from rivers clear as crystal. In the cool of the day, God walked with them. Imagine that gentle moment, the Creator strolling beside his children, the sound of his footsteps mingling with the rustle of leaves and the bird song above. There was no fear, no loneliness, no sorrow, only peace, companionship, and the pure joy of being fully known and fully loved. Creation was now complete. On the seventh day, God rested. He did not rest because he grew tired, for the one who made galaxies with a whisper does not weary. He rested to bless the day, to set it apart, to show that rest is holy and good. He looked upon everything he had made, the skies filled with birds, the seas filled with fish, the fields alive with beasts, the mountains rising strong, the stars scattered like jewels, and Adam and Eve walking gracefully through Eden. God saw that all of it was very good. And so the story of creation settled softly into the fabric of time, a story of love, power, beauty, and divine intention. A story that whispers to the heart of every person, you were made with purpose. You were formed with care. You are part of a world spoken into being by a God who delights in light, life, and love.